Hello, friends, and welcome back to March Madness for MBTI type channels. I'm your primary sportscaster Eric, and I've got my color commentator in attendance today. Anthony's here as well. Anthony, it looks like we've got an exciting game on our hands today. We're looking at one person very well known, one person very obscure. It's what is the bracket numbers here? Let me check that real quick. We're looking at let me Piao this. Meghan LeVota is a 2 seed. CJ Smothers is a 7 seed. So for CJ to win this one would be a big upset.
Huge.
Meghan's an established beast of a YouTuber. So let me just inform everybody that Anthony and I split up the work here, and we each timestamped one person. I timestamped and went through CJ. He went through and timestamped Meghan. We'll exchange sort of clips here, exchange ideas, run through the rubric, not waste any time with any more introduction, and push play on the theme song right now. I'd just been sad. I gave up long ago. Was sometimes mad, but bad was all I'd ever know. Since sad was all I'd been, I'd only mope and pout until I met a man named Ken who showed me how to whisper shout.
I'm rich. I'm the best. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. I'm the best. I'm rich. I'm the best. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. I'm the best.
I'd just been sad. I gave up long ago. Was sometimes mad, but bad was all I'd ever known. Since sad was all I'd been, I'd only mope and pout until I met a man named Ken who showed me how to whisper shout.
I'm rich. I'm the best. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. I'm the best. I'm rich. I'm the best. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. I'm the best. I'm rich.
Okay, that's enough theme song. So, Anthony, obviously you can probably tell that one of the prizes of winning this contest is you are the only person licensed by all licenses all the time to sing that song for an entire year. You walk around singing it all day long. I'm rich, I'm the best, I'm the greatest. So one of the things you win. And you'll know it's been validated by somebody who's wearing one of the historical remnants of the old way of doing MBTI March Madness. You know, because in the old days, only the most decorated of military veterans were allowed to judge these things. So that's where the judges cap came from. Anthony, why don't you start us off with Meghan? What have you discovered about her? She's some sort of typology person. I know that. And if we looked at the rubric, we'd start with the overall channel and say, talk about her overall channel, your experience of it. I'm going to look at it too, of course, and go down that rubric and tell me what you think if she meets those criteria and what your score is going to be for her on that section.
Sure. As far as organization goes, we'll start out at the top there. She has extremely organized playlists with her videos carefully curated. She's got most of her videos going on type, some of which go into astrology, which kind of seems consistent.
Pretty magical.
Yeah, exactly. Other than that, she has like a weekly show, I believe, called Synchronic Saturdays with some other girl, and regularly posts. So, you know, she's a regular.
Okay, well, I'm looking at the uploads here. I see 2 days, 4 days, 4 days, 5 days, 1 week, 1 week,
Yep.
1 week. So she qualifies for consistent enough posting, I'd say.
Of course.
Yeah.
And, I mean, her banner, self-awareness equals self-transformation. I think she thinks of herself a bit of a life coach as well, from what I've seen on her Twitter.
All right, so if we're going to evaluate the net gaiety increase caused by that banner, would we say it's a 22% net gaiety increase? I would
Gaiety?
Gaiety, yeah.
Yeah, 22 seems fair.
Okay.
I might go up to 40, but
Meghan,
I might be pushing it.
Meghan, I don't know if you want to include that much gaiety in your spaghetti sauce. I'd tone down. First of all, you only use the word self once in a banner. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that. It'd be better with one.
Okay. All right. So, well, good job, Meghan LeVota, with the channel there. Overall, I think I'm gonna Well, what are you gonna score on that section?
I'll give her a 5. It's pretty good for what's out there right now, and simple.
I'm giving her a 4.4.
Okay,
She lost 0.6 points on the banner in my book.
that's fair.
Okay, so now let's look at CJ. CJ's channel is pretty new. She has 10 subscribers. Now, we don't consider subscriber numbers when we're doing our evaluation, but I think we've got to consider it somewhat when we're talking about quantity of videos. So, the fact that she has only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 videos should not count against her because she only started 1 month ago. So that averages out to a video every 2 days, and that would be an acceptable number of uploads for that time period, in my opinion. Now, take a look at this banner here.
She has videos going back 3 years, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Where?
I don't think it shows on the front page. I think you have to go to the videos, but I just scrolled down. It goes up to 3 years.
Are you sure you're looking at the right CJ Smothers?
Oh my.
Let me put the link here.
I was looking at Meghan then. Oops. Okay. CJ.
Here it is.
Okay, got it.
So CJ here, she's got about 14 videos, and she says she started just about a month ago. Let's take a gander at this odd banner of hers. Now, does it look like something that a really cheap Mexican restaurant would stick on your door?
Yeah, I feel like you get your psychology and maybe some street tacos at the same place.
Right. I'm not sure why we've got this poncho and what is that? A donkey poo in a cup?
Looks like tea.
Oh, tea. Or donkey poo. In Mexico, that's what they call tea.
Plausible.
Why all these bars of color like that? Do you think that's good choice of colors?
It could be worse. But nah, I think it's better to keep things simple.
Now, CJ, I'm going to tell you, those 0.6 points for net gaiety that Meghan lost, you're not going to lose those for gaiety. But I still think I'm going to score your banner a little lower than hers. And even though it's much less gay, it's much more Mexican.
Yeah, we didn't account for gaiety as a metric here.
Right, yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, a certain amount of gaiety is appropriate, and then once you get too much gaiety, then you get self twice with clouds.
Yeah.
So you got to avoid that. Okay, now, she doesn't have anything organized in any kind of playlist as far as I can tell, but she doesn't really have that many videos. I think I'm going to give her a beginner's 3 on the channel because I can't really hold her fully to account for what I might hold an older, more experienced channel to, right? That's what I'm going to give her on this. What do you think? What are you going to give her?
I think a 3 is merciful, and I'd go with it too.
All right, cool. So we're both going with 3 there. And that's 3. All right, so now let's go to the next section of rules here. And it says that we should talk about the typological information, how accurate it is. I've got a couple of timestamps for CJ. Have you got a couple timestamps for Meghan?
Yep.
All right, what's the first video for Meghan we're going to look at?
Why ENFJs obsessed with self-help.
All right, let me find it. Why? How do you spell obsess? Obsess with? Like that?
Yeah.
OB. How do you spell obsess? OBSS?
I got the link.
Oh, you got the link. Thank you.
I got it.
I'm struggling here.
All right.
Okay, so I will open this in a separate tab. And where's the first timestamp we're going to look at here?
30 seconds.
All right, 30 seconds in, Megan's going to knock us to the ground with her insightful brilliance about cognitive functions, no doubt. Let's see.
So here's why ENFJs love...
What do you love, Megan? Tell us.
Work to... Not because we have hearts of gold, not because we are nicer or more altruistic than other people, but because we see how things impact people all the time. We are focused on how society impacts us and others, and how your words impact others, how your emotions, how your body language impacts others. We notice that. And so part of us wanting to be a good person, which every person wants to be seen as a good person. No matter what type you are, I would imagine that you view yourself as a good person, or that you aspire to think about yourself in a favorable way. For us to be a good person, or to have a good sort of self-esteem, we see how everyone is impacting everyone, and we want to be one of the positive ones. We want to have a positive impact.
Okay. I stopped at 123. I would say first off the bat that her delivery style is very... It doesn't make most of the mistakes that ENFJs would normally make in my imagination and annoy me with sometimes. She's quite comfortable. She's not preaching. And I think that's a problem with the ENFJs a lot of times. You're muted, by the way.
I think she jumps. She gets a little preachy and then kind of jumps off of it. She's tactful. She's clearly she's talking about how ENFJs clearly understand FE and how that's very important to her. At about 3:45, she starts talking about how ENFJs can be self-obsessed. If you want to check that one out.
3:45. Okay, let's check out a little bit about that. 3:45. I like looking at her. That's one thing I've noticed before in her videos is she's really pleasant to look at. She's got like not just she's pretty, yeah, but she's like super like easy on the eyes, which is you normally say that for pretty people, but I mean, like there's nothing that jars my eyes about her. Even if I weren't to say that she was pretty, she's non-eye jarring.
No, yeah, she's soft in expression.
Yeah, she's soft looking. Okay, Megan, go ahead.
But that actually might be healthy for us to be more self-obsessed compared to other types, because we need something to balance out our obsession about others. And so if we are self-obsessed, compare that to how obsessed we are about others. Maybe
try smoking
I think
weed,
we do that sometimes to balance out our focus on others. So if you're an ENFJ,
smoke much weed.
Perhaps you're listening to this and you do feel like you're in a lot of codependent relationships, or you struggle to invest in yourself, this is, I guess, my suggestion that self-care is very important for us. And so any time that you can carve out of your schedule to either read, or even if you're just listening to a YouTube video like this to feel inspired, anything that you're doing for you and for nobody else, that is absolutely crucial for ENFJ development. And that's why so many ENFJs like self-help. So thanks for watching this video. Join my Facebook group if you're interested, if you'd like to work with me one-on-one, using the cognitive functions to improve your life. I have those links below, and have a wonderful rest of your day.
You can work with Meghan one-on-one. Find out what type you are.
And that was one of the criteria. I mean, she has links on all of her videos. That's good for her and whatnot. I think what she said was pretty true.
I do too. I think she understands the ENFJ as well.
Yeah.
She does kind of go into this altruism thing a bit, and then she sort of backtracks from it, so she goes to it. I don't buy the altruism aspect of the whole thing.
No. It's pitching it that way.
Yeah.
She's making herself look good.
You know, when she said that, the tiger growled a little bit.
That's fair.
Yeah. Okay, but so typologically, I say she's solid. I haven't heard anything incredibly dumb or anything.
Right.
I haven't necessarily heard anything especially insightful, maybe, but that was reasonably insightful about ENFJs. And
Right.
That was pretty insightful about ENFJs. So I'm going to give her... I mean, I haven't heard anything wrong. I know she has said wrong shit, but I'm not going to base it on shit I didn't hear right now. Or unless you think we need to watch anything in particular extra, I'm going to give her 5 on this.
Let's look at a video that she's more
okay,
narrow.
you point me to the wrong parts.
Okay. Let me get you the link here. This one's about NI, basically her subjective perspective through NI.
Her subjective perspective through NI?
Yeah. So you
Meghan, my 5 was way premature. Way premature, obviously. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah.
NI is not subjective, Meghan LeVota. Okay?
Alrighty. So we can start this one from the beginning, and then we have a second timestamp for it.
Did you put it in the chat?
I did.
Oh, I see it. There it is. Never mind. So, what was the time you said?
We'll start this one from the beginning.
Okay, cool. All right, Meghan. Convince me that NI is subjective. Likely story.
Hello everyone, my name is Meghan LeVota and I'm an ENFJ, and today I would like to talk a little bit about NI, introverted intuition, and how that is a subjective perceiving function. And for me, that means that when I use NI, it is just my subjective perception. I'm never using it. What my NI sees, I know not everyone sees, and that is completely subjective to the way that I see the world.
I can't even listen to any more of that garbage.
My beliefs, all those things.
Meghan, you're spoiling your beauty with filth pouring out of your mouth. Filthy lies. I'm going to have to knock you all the way down to a 3, and it's a mercy 3 after hearing that nonsense. And it's only because you got the ENFJ shit right. So,
If you look carefully, you'll see that she was crying before she made this video. She might be not in the right mind to be giving type advice.
you think she was crying before she made that video?
Yeah, look at her eyes.
What do you think she was crying about?
Let's see.
She was like, I'm so Meghan LeVota, and nobody understands that I'm super Meghan LeVota. You think she was crying about that?
She was trying to build the TI to say that NI was subjective, and then it got frustrating. So she made a video. She was crying.
I think she was crying because nobody complimented her on her eyebrows. Meghan, love those brows. They're killer. They're just knocking it out the park. And I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. Those are some great brows.
The great brows.
Don't you just want to pet those brows? Maybe
I
that's just
wish-
me. Maybe that's just me.
I wish we included that in the criteria, but again,
Okay, so petable brows is not part of the criteria. So far, I've got 2 scores for the first thing and then 1 score for the second. So let's talk about CJ and her cognitive function knowledge. She's mostly talking about ENTPs, which she says she is, and most of what she's saying seems right to me, or at least sounds consistent. Now, keep in mind, on her homepage here, her opening video says her purpose of this channel is to take stuff that people like me make sound very complicated with a bunch of jargon and to make it clear and simple, which is a noble enough goal. So the first video we're going to look at is number 2, ENTPs and the F word feelings, and let's go to 416. Let me give you the video link. I guess I should do that.
I got it.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
Yeah.
416.
Enthusiasm for a lot of things. So when I feel enthusiasm for a new person, and I'm, you're
No, I didn't mean to push that.
Feeling that, that this is right or wrong. But it's been said, I've heard ENTP say that they think feelings. And to some degree that's true, because unless I can explain to myself why something's right or wrong, I'll just say, I don't know how I feel about that. Whatever my gut's telling me, I don't trust that. I have to be able to come up with, something verifiable to back up that feeling, or I won't take it seriously. And so I think because I do that with my own emotions, I tend to do that with other people's. I can take someone else's emotions just for emotions. Just don't ask me to, make some big decision based on how you feel about something. It's like, well, you need to give me more than that. You're going to give me some, solid information.
Okay, let me pause it here at 5 minutes, and let's go forward to 7:50 in this video. My just thoughts on that were, she sounds like an INTP talking about her relationship with emotions. That sounded appropriate. At least it's not inconsistent with, even if she's not an ENTP, what she's saying about ENTPs is correct in general. So let's listen to 7:50.
That I care. People say that, I come across as very loving and very caring, but internally they don't see how lost I feel sometimes when I'm seeing somebody go through, other NT types, other thinking types, I can talk with and I can handle their emotions, their outpouring of them relatively well, because with them, as long as you can make sense in whatever you're saying to them, it will help. You can just say, I understand, have you thought about this, have you thought about that? And because, thinking is their natural function, they appreciate when someone can bring them back to that. Whereas if I try that with a feeler type, I've had to learn that sometimes the best way to fix a problem is just to listen. And
all right, I stopped there at 8:35. Now, granted, she's not making much of claims about functions and types exactly, but she's talking about ENTPs and feelings. Would you say what she's saying is accurate from your perception?
She didn't say anything wrong, but she didn't say that much that resonated as true either. I mean, I'm mad about it.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Let's look at her video called What is NE? And that one is going to be right here. Okay, so in that one, let's go to 2:04 and then to 4 minutes, and then finally to 6 minutes. So let's start at 2:04. I mean, she doesn't say a lot of stuff that we're going to find particularly complicated or necessarily even insightful, because her whole purpose here is to render a simpler version of it or something. Let's see.
I don't think she's simplifying either, though.
Okay, you're right. She's just sort of talking about her experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
yeah, we'll keep on.
let's push play here at 2:04.
so you can kind of think of an extrovert intuitive as going through life sort of like I think of like an ape that is sitting in front of a mound of building blocks and just picking each of them up and kind of taking it and turning it over and examining, it from every angle. And that's pretty much what we do with everything in life, is we take everything and we want to turn it over and just look and really understand all these pieces.
Okay, so right off the bat here, I just want to say, somewhere along in one of these rubric things, she needs to lose a point for making a vertical video. Videos are not supposed to go up and down. They're supposed to go side to side. So,
Great. Yep.
I think I'm gonna
Coin stocked for her vertical orientation.
Yeah, I think I got to take that from look channel overall. So I'm gonna drop her down to a 2.8 from a 3 on that one for that vertical video. All right, let's continue. But as far as what she's saying right there is, what is she saying here? Oh, she's saying questions the whole picture and stuff. Let's let her continue a bit.
Of life, of existence, of whatever it might be. Growing up, I grew up with an ENTJ little brother who was a year younger than me, and we grew up in a fairly rural area, so we had all kinds of time to play outside. And he would say, okay, so let's build something. And I would say, okay, so I have these 3 different ideas for what we could build. Excuse me. And he could say, okay, and he would go in and pick, one of those ideas and say, let's use this one. And I'd be like, all right, so let's do it. And so, midway through, we ran into a problem. He's like, oh, this isn't working out. And it's like, well, hold on, I have this idea, or we could do this to fix it. And he'd be like, that's a good idea. Let's do this. And before you know it, we're catapulting out of the backyard. But, and that's, so, that's kind of
342. That's a very sensory heavy understanding of extrovert intuition. It's correct that would comprise extrovert intuition, but it's not the sort of extrovert intuition you'd think would typify an ENTP particularly.
Yeah, definitely not. It seems flipped over, and it's not super concise, not super insightful. So by that metric, I have her at a 2 right now.
Okay, so you're giving her a 2 on the typological information?
Yep.
Okay, I'm a little more I'm a little bit more positive about that with her. I'm gonna give her 3.5. Entertainingness. Now we've watched a lot of both of these things, so I don't know how much more we have to necessarily watch to evaluate the entertainingness. We can just sort of talk it out unless you have anything in particular that you think we ought to see.
No, that's fine.
There is one other piece of video. Which one was it? Oh, the newest one that she has, which is about being entered in this tournament, right? So I want to just quickly look at that one, because this one is a 4-minute 46-second video. I like to, and Meghan did the same thing, I like to give credit for videos that don't waste my time. Now, granted, this video we're making right now is going to be a lot longer than that, so it's not always the case that short videos are great or whatever. But yeah, I think it's notable when people respect the viewer's time and try to be concise. This is a 4-minute 46 video, but let's watch a little bit and see how entertaining she is.
Good morning, people. So, interesting thing just happened to me this morning. Probably the most interesting thing that's happened to me all week. But it is Monday. So, the universe has a whole week to impress me. Further.
Okay, so
anyway,
one of the things I want to just mention at the top of this video is something that's kind of consistent with ENTP in my experience with ENTP female. So, in this video in the car here, she looks smoking hot. And in other videos, she looks more like library-y, right?
Right.
So, probably she's come back from the gym, which she talks about going to the gym a lot, too, another SE thing. But regardless, she's got that quality of, like, Delilah. Delilah knows she's smoking hot. She's got the kind of body that other women go, that's not fair. She's got big boobs,
right,
hips, skinny, whatever, tall. But even though she knows that, and she'll feel good about it for a little stretch of time, once she starts then going into the world, she's not thinking about it actively. And you can tell how she's sort of sloppy with body awareness even. It's not intentional, like I'm leaning over to show you my cleavage. You can tell that there's a failure to keep those sort of things in mind somewhat. And so when she's having an animated conversation with you, Delilah is not thinking of herself as a hot chick at all. And that's how it is most of the time. So this chick has that quality a little bit too. Because there's none of that positioning of herself in front of the camera stuff that certain types of people do that kind of stuff, you know. Very aware of their appearance in front of the camera. She does have that kind of intuitive-ish, not aware of the physicality aspects of things, quality to her. But this isn't Type Police, so even if she's not an EHP, it's not really technically relevant. Which one do you find more entertaining?
Entertaining. It's not going to be very fair just because Meghan LeVota has been doing this much longer. I think of her maybe as like a 4 for that, whereas I put CJ at a 3. It's not, you know, she's new at it. It's clear, but it's not bad content.
Right. I have the same scores on entertaining. Now I'm going to do the subjective one.
Okay.
I subjectively like Meghan LeVota. I've always given her a pass on shit. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. She seems so... Don't you just want to pinch her cheek?
Yeah. She's a cute girl.
I like her. I mean, I like CJ a lot too. And I like her comments and chat and stuff, so I like both these people. I guess I probably actually would end up liking CJ's channel more because I don't think Meghan's content actually interests me very much. So,
okay.
But, you know, whereas CJ's content is more likely to interest me. So I'm going to give CJ here a 4.2. And I'm going to give Meghan a 3.9. Okay, so let me add them up now.
Sure.
15.3 for Meghan. And 5, 6.3, 9.3, 13.5. Okay, well, on my ballot, I've got Meghan LeVota as the winner by a score of 15.3 to 13.5.
I have 16.5 to 11. Meghan.
Okay, so it was a pretty great game. Both teams put out so much hustle in this game, and you know, I was shocked to see this real dark horse newcomer, CJ Smothers, come in, and well, on my score sheet, she held it to within a 1.5 about, which is pretty damn close, given Meghan's popularity, practice, experience, etc., plus her particularly punchable cheeks. So,
right.
You know,
I mean, this is definitely good tidings for CJ Smothers. Maybe next season she can come in hot.
Well, I think she's going to. I think she's going to spend this year practicing this shit. And she, you know, what does one take away from a tough loss like this? The building blocks of a successful future.
A lesson, yeah. And she's already hitting the gym. She's clearly preparing for next season. I think we'll see great things out of her.
Her cheeks are pretty damn pinchable right now themselves, and I suspect by next year they're going to be it's going to be a non-stop pinch cheek desire fest. You know. Okay, so let's play the theme song and call it a night. Thanks for watching, everybody, and don't forget, the winner of this contest is Rich, the best and the greatest. I'd just been sad, I gave up long ago. Was sometimes mad, but bad was all I'd ever know. Since sad was all I'd been, I'd only mope and pout until I met a man named Ken who showed me how to whisper shout. I'm rich, I'm the best,
greatest. I'm the greatest. I'm the best. I'm rich. I'm the best. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. I'm the best.
I'd just been sad, I gave up long ago. Was sometimes mad, but bad was all I'd ever known. Since sad was all I'd been, I'd only mope and pout until I met a man named Ken who showed me how to whisper shout.
I'm rich. I'm the best. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. I'm the best. I'm rich. I'm the best. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. I'm the best. I'm rich. I'm the best. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. I'm the best. I'm rich.
I'd just been sad, I gave up long ago.
I'm the greatest.
Was sometimes mad, but bad was all I'd ever known.
I'm the greatest.
Since sad was all I'd been, I'd only mope and pout.
I'm the best.
Till I met a man named Ken who showed me how to whisper shout.
I'm rich. I'm the best. I'm the greatest.
Okay, just real quick
I'm the
here.
greatest.
As the song's playing out, I got
I'm the
couple
best.
things to say
I'm
real quick
rich.
before I leave,
I'm
which is
the
number
best.
one, don't forget
I'm
CJ
the
Smothers.
greatest.
You haven't actually lost yet. It's not up to Anthony and me, it's up to the poll, which I just posted. And I want to also offer the following update, which is an update on the Boom Shikha Zero Entropy game. Zero Entropy is currently winning that matchup 51% to 49%. I picked Boom Shikha in my video, and it just goes to show you CJ and anybody else is competing. It's not in my hands. In fact, I can't even vote in my own poll, I've learned. And Anthony will be able to vote, but he'll only be able to vote once. So it is in the hands of the viewers. And CJ, they may disagree with me and Anthony on this point. Anthony,
That's
agree with me on that? Yeah, I mean, we all understand that even though we called the game over and said this person won, it's actually just beginning.
right. No, this was more of a sparring.
Well, this is our way of helping others to see, like, this is how official experienced MBTI madness judges judge it. But we recognize the fact that what really matters is everyone's authentic feelings. Okay, so thanks for watching. Until the next game, we'll see you back here for another exciting game of MBTI March Madness channels.